Hey everybody, Jeff aka GCurse here. Time for another one of these videos. Yesterday our boy Filbert, the Philster, Filorino, the Phil, so forth and so forth. He basically went off on a quote-unquote former member of the community. And that being our boy, or everybody's boy, except for me, Jordan. Yeah, apparently on the outside, Jordan's in the doghouse with Philly boy. But I'll be honest, I'm not the type of person that easily trusts anybody. If you were to compare me to a movie character or a TV character, you've seen like those heist, or I don't want to say heist, but like a movie or a TV show where there's like a mob or a gang and somebody is like undercover for the police and they are trying to infiltrate this gang or this mob, and everybody except that one person is just welcoming that person with like open arms. However, there's that one person that is constantly just skeptical of that the newcomer. And no matter what that newcomer does, that one person always feels that that the newcomer is not as good as he should be. That he is a setup. The best way I can really describe it is I didn't watch the whole season. But if I remember correctly, remember on The Walking Dead when Negan was trying to infiltrate the Whispers, and Beta, he just did not trust Negan at all, even though Negan is doing all this other stuff. But we know that Negan was actually helping the other group. I can't recall what their fucking group name was, but we know it. Beta knew it. But Alpha and the majority of the rest of the Whispers, or whatever the fucking group was called, they were like, oh yeah, he's one of us now, he's good. But Beta, he just did not fucking trust Negan. That's kind of the way it is with me and this Jordan person. Now, it's not so much Jordan, the reason it's not so much Jordan himself, it's because Phil Burnell is so fucking transparent. He is so goddamn transparent with his intentions. You can literally predict down to the second when Phil is going to start going on suggestion, or basically he's begging, But anyway, so let's actually get to this. I think everything we see here, I think it is all a giant act. The only thing is that there are people who will actually believe this and be like, oh, see, there are cracks forming. I mean, no, I think this is all, I think this is all an act to try and get, everybody to think that Jordan is an innocent victim. And I see the world in black and white, so. But let's get to this anyway. Enough of me talking.
Like it a lot. I'm enjoying now we're in the third season and it's still new stuff being added and stuff, but there was a few people who really liked it who at first were coming by every stream supporting it and they stopped. You got one person who sadly is very impressionable, gullible person, gets messaged by one of my detractors and immediately must feel special that someone's going out of their way to message them, believes every word the detractor says, and then literally says, I'm going to now do everything I can to like hurt Phil and his viewers and stuff. It's like, what is your problem? You're nuts. Like if a detractor messages you and you change your entire attitude towards someone literally because someone sent you a DM, you should probably seek medical help. Like, speak to a professional about that. If you're sitting here enjoying the content and we have a good rapport and we're hanging out and you like everything I'm doing, just because someone messaged you with a bunch of slanderous lies that you believe because you're gullible, like, you should go seek professional help.
He's trying too hard. Granted, he tries hard a lot, but there's just something about, at least to me, there's just something. I'm watching this, and it seems like he is trying overly too hard to sell the product. And the product is that our boy Jordan is no longer part of the community, that he is now an evil detractor, and he's been poisoned by all those evil detractors and all that. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. To me, the way I see this, and this is another analogy, I guess you could really call it. I'm not sure if it is or not, but you remember there was always, when you were in school, that there was that boy and girl that on the outside just hated each other, apparently. But you know damn well that in secret they were a couple. You could tell by the way that they were fighting, it just did not seem authentic. And then by the end of the school year, oh, we're together. Yeah, we know you're together. You've been together since the beginning of the school year when you two were originally fighting each other. Yeah, we know. This is how I view it. That's how I view Phil and Jordan. I do not think that Jordan is, honestly, in my opinion, I do not think he is as being honest as possible. I think he is a plant.
So I think that's what happened. Is there was a couple people who really liked this and they supported it at first, but they're not going to be here every time. And then there's one or two people who, sadly, a lot of people, my detractors really want to try to create drama for me. So what they do is they go out of their way to try to make supporters not like me anymore. So first they try to essentially recruit them, and if they can't recruit them, then they harass them, dox them, and do other underhanded, awful things. So I think that's what's happened. Sadly.
I do not endorse harassment via doxing, but I don't have a problem being honest. And I said it pretty clear in another video, which I'll show pretty soon. I gave my thoughts, and he tried to, Jordan actually replied to me. Could fucking care less though, but he replied. And I'll get to all that in a moment, but I can't even recall what I was really originally talking about. But basically what I'm trying to say is I don't think that he's as innocent as he is.
Sadly, with the Stardew streams, if you remember, when we started playing this a month ago or whatever, these were my most supported streams I was doing. You remember that, right? I was making,
but that was basically the gist of this video. Filbert is trying to sow the seeds of Jordan being an enemy. He's just doing it too hard. He's trying too hard to convince me, at least, that Jordan is a detractor. And because of that, I think it'll be like literally forever that he could literally go to me and go, I'm a detractor. I'm just like you. Excuse me. And I will simply just look at him and go, sure, yeah, okay. You're a detractor. No, but honestly, he's not. He would have to literally shit bricks of gold before I'd even look at him and go, I'm wondering, could he actually be a detractor? But nah. But yeah, so that was that. But the main reason I don't think that he is as innocent as he is actually something that is said here. Now the first video I just showed. This was from yesterday, the meltdown yesterday from Duty Streams. This is the DSP rages against slow support, blames Duty, manipulating and turning Jordan, yada yada yada. I could fucking care less. Okay, so basically here we have this now. I'm not going to play the whole video because basically the majority of this video is nothing but Duty grandstanding and hot dogging and all that shit. and I don't feel the need to fucking bore myself with it. But anyway, so basically here is context. Basically, he recently got in contact with Jordan, and Jordan all of a sudden he's so curious, and dude, he's like, oh, here's the evidence right here. Here's the evidence. I'm like, and here's what is said.
Conversation. I confirm that, yes, that's him. And his question is around the WWE Champions thing. And he says here, if the whole WWE Champions thing is true, I can't support him. However, I also don't really appreciate some of your community calling me disabled.
Well, I'm sorry that you're not gonna like this, but guess what? You're fucking mentally disabled. I'm not even afraid to say it. If you can literally watch the person you're giving money to, and from what I understand, it wasn't just like a buck here 1 week, another month later is a buck here. This guy, the Jordan, was giving him handfuls of money, basically. But yeah, if your natural response to watching the streamer, literally berate fellow viewers or go off on a tangent against other content creators, or even if he was watching, like, say, a Street Fighter 6 stream, and he watches Phil literally shit talk other players who never did anything wrong to Phil except for that they were playing the game better than Phil. He watches Phil berate these other players, and Jordan's first response is, yeah, you're going to be labeled as a fucking mentally disabled person. Because nobody in their right mind, yourself included, hopefully, but nobody in their right mind would watch somebody literally shit talk another gamer simply because that person did better at the game and think, oh, this is okay. Or they watch as a as a viewer would ask Phil a question. Hey, Phil, let's see, what's a question that Phil got triggered about? Hey, Phil, what was the name of your garbage disposal or waste disposal, whatever the fuck he like to call it? And Phil literally loses his fucking mind. If your thought process is, oh, that's okay, then yeah, you're mentally disabled. You're mentally disabled. And I'm not going to fucking hide it. And I even went as far as, let's see, not this one. Here we go. In this same video here, you'll have to kind of find, let's see here. Maybe I can do a quick search. Okay, so basically and everything you see here is exactly what I was going to show here. Basically, no, not that one. It's the same thing here. It's just, I copied and did a screen cap. But basically, I literally called the guy a fool, and I said, and I've been at this point forever. I'm at the point that basically I consider anyone who supports Filbert. Here, let's actually zoom that in. Crap, hold on, I forgot about that. There we go, excuse me. I'm at the point now I basically consider anyone who supports Filbert to be a fool, if not outright mentally deficient. Also, in regards to the fool, and I am not afraid to say that, he is a fool. The first thing that you should literally say is when somebody, especially a known beggar, comes up and goes, the stream has been slow, not much support, not much in the way of contributions. If you can, please help. The first thing you should say is, fuck you. No, you want money, get off your ass and get a fucking job. Sitting on your ass for a few hours a day playing video games is not a goddamn job. It's a fucking hobby. You want money, get your ass a job. But yeah, so I do not feel bad for calling the guy a fool. Fooling their money, basically, you know? Let's see here. And also in regards of the fool wanting a community to be part of, the fool picked the wrong community. He could have picked any community to be a part of. This jabroni picked a community whose only purpose in life is to support. Where's the? Oh, where's the? There should be like a little. Well, let me. Oh, here we go. Read more. There we go. Oh, that's not it. Oh, that's weird. The read more option isn't here. But basically, I went on to say, pick the wrong community whose only purpose in life is to support a 42-year-old socially inept recluse. And I don't know why the read more option isn't here. There should be a little bit more. I can't recall exactly everything I said, but that was towards the end of it, though. And then he tried to butter me up. Well, I accept and admit that I was foolish 100%. And I'm trying to break the habit actively. He's trying to butter me up, and I'm just not falling for it. I'm not falling for it because I can see a plant from a mile away, and this guy's a plant. I went on to reply and then the weird thing is I posted a reply. I posted a reply shortly after he replied to me, but for some reason I'm not whatchamacallit, the reply was gone. I'm not sure if it was duty, if he's censoring his comments. He could be. It could be it could be god damn it could be YouTube. YouTube has always been fanatical about, about not being so sissified, and they, about being sissified, I should say, and they basically censor people. But it could be either duty or it could be YouTube. It could be one of them. But so I basically replied again, as close to what I could recall what I said, and it was actually a pretty long reply. And basically, I said that I posted a reply, but just like YouTube, it seems to have disappeared. I blame them being sissies and can't handling honest replies. Anyway, I'm not sure if you saw it, but I believe I said that that he would turn. Because I told him that Phil would turn on him, and guess what? He turned on him. I use quotations because I'm not believing any of this. Everything that we're seeing with Phil and Jordan is literally, it's all a fucking ruse, basically. And I basically said that, see here. I said that he would turn on you the minute you stop giving him money or you start talking to people outside his sphere and influence. Well, that happened yesterday, and then I gave the date of July 18th. Even if you are trying to break the habit actively, it cannot simply be trying. You outright need to sever all ties. You have already given the guy money. That's a major problem because you made yourself susceptible to Phil Burnell because he knows you are mentally vulnerable, and that's a fucking lie. That's not a lie. Addicts know addicts will feed off of them. It's a parasitic relationship. Phil wanted money. The fool Jordan wanted a community. Jordan gives Phil money. Phil gives Jordan some sort of weird community fetish. Yeah, like no. I see this shit a mile away. Feeling belonging to the community, Phil gave him a twisted reality of that, and in return, Jordan gave him money. Now that you are looking and talking to people outside his influence, he has basically banished you. This is why I tell everyone that if Phil asks for money, The standard answer to Phil, along with people like Boogie, Wings of Redemption, Low Tier God, and all the other log cows, is you tell them, fuck off. No, I'm not. No, I am not your personal bank. You want money? Get yourself a goddamn job, flipping burgers at the local slop house. Slop house. Did I say house? I meant to say house. Jesus Christ. In closing, it's not going to be simply try to break the habit. You need to totally cut ties. If you go back to his stream, I believe you already are under a fake account. I think this guy has numerous fake accounts, and under a fake account, and simply trying to play both sides. That's what I think he's doing. But I think he's doing it under orders from Phil. You deserve the shit that he says. Let's see here. If you go back to his stream, then you deserve the shit that he says to you. Let's see if these stay posted or if YouTube deletes it. And so far, it's still here. I don't trust this guy. I see a rat. I see a plant. Whatever you prefer to call it. I can see it. Other people may not, because they're getting all the drama that they want. You know, Duty gets what he wants. Memology gets what he wants. I can fucking see it, though. The difference is I'm not profiting off of it. I can actually see it from a person who's not making jack shit. But, you know. But then let's go back to the video itself.
Just because I was lonely and wanted a community part of. Well, so like I said, you know, these are people that are...
Okay, I could fucking care less. So let's... But basically, the whole purpose of this part right here was... Jordan is trying to sell... He is trying to sell the whole idea of that he is no longer part of Filbert's crew. Or whatever you want to call it, his community. He has seen the light. But then even in a few seconds, later in this video, which I'm going to show pretty quickly, even fucking Duty doesn't realize that he's being played here. Because he said, I was lonely and wanted the community to be part of, but then before he said, he cannot support him. Here, let's... I cannot support him. Keep that in mind. I cannot support him. Okay, so let's go all the way up. I think it's like around... Let's start here.
Better job of explaining all this, right? So, let's see here. So, he did watch it. And, let's see here. He did come back. And, right here, folks, I fully regret falling for his beg and being foolish enough to try to pay money for his attention from someone who clearly does not care about his community, apart from the sake of certain favorites, Jade and Derek. As for myself, I've gotten into a new hobby completely apart from locales, like the NBA building models and so on. Okay, right there. So...
Okay, right there, I would have been like, maybe he is starting to actually be legitimate. Maybe he's being legitimate. That's what I would be like if I did not have an issue with trust. But let's continue on.
I spoke with him a little bit more, and of course I told him, hey man, you could do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. I don't tell anyone how to spend the money. If you want to spend your money on Phil, have at it. Give him your house, give him your deed. I can care less. But I feel like it's my responsibility to tell people, hey, this is what you're supporting. And then let them make the decision on what they want to do. And right here, folks, Jordan did come to the light. He broke the pignosis. And he's...
Okay, right there, I will openly say that he did not break the pignosis. He is a plant. He is still under the control of Filbert. Because what he says next is what has me.
He's no longer supporting Phil. Now, full disclaimer, if you watch Phil's content, you will see that occasionally he is dropping him like $1 tip, $1 super chat, and he has a reason for that. I'm not gonna...
I don't fucking get... Oh, here, let me...
get into what the reason is, But he has a reason for that.
I don't fucking give a reason. I don't give a shit what his reasoning is. I don't give a shit what his reasoning is. He's still giving Filbert money. Even though let's see here. Let me go back. I fully regret yada yada yada. Falling for his bags. Enough to try. I'm just seeing. Okay. As for myself, I've gotten into new hobbies completely apart from lolcows, like NBA and building Gundam models. But then he goes, and then Duty actually says, he said it right here. Here, let me say it again.
And for that $1 tip, $1 content, you will see that occasionally he is dropping him like $1 tip, $1 super chat, and
if he was totally free from Phil and free of the pignosis as Duty is trying to sell here, because Duty fell for the game. Duty got played. If he was totally free from Phil, he wouldn't feel the need to give him a super chat here, a tip there, $1 here, $1 there. He wouldn't. He would be able to look at this and basically it'd be like a life lesson. Like, okay, I got taken advantage of. I'm done. I'm going to go to my NBA and building Gundam models, which I think is the weirdest fucking claims, of his hobbies. I think that basically what it was that he looked at it's a Gundam who is a critic of Phil Burnell, and be like, I'll say that I'm into Gundams, and then he threw in basketball. I don't know why basketball, but yeah. So the guy is quote unquote free. He regrets falling for the bags. He is no longer under the the grasp of Phil, but he's still giving him money. If I was treated poorly as Jordan was treated poorly, the last thing I would want to do would be give this piece of shit any money. So this is basically all that the reason why I just do not trust this Jordan guy. Everybody in the detractor sphere, I guess you could call it, whatever you want to call it, they can fucking believe that this guy is as innocent and as victimized as he's claiming himself to be. But not me. I see it a mile away. I see it a mile away that he is a plant for Phil, and when, down the road, when the truth comes out, all of a sudden, Jordan is going to disappear. He will disappear into the background, never to be seen again, because Jordan isn't his fucking real name. And before somebody says, well, because I didn't show it in this video, no, not this video. According to Duty, he saw like PayPal records or something, if I remember correctly. Records can be falsified. You can make accounts, I'm pretty sure, under different people's names. Nothing is ever foolproof, basically, or tamper-proof, or fraud-proof, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so whenever this game that Phil is trying to play, when it's done, Jordan's going to disappear into the background. Okay, so, but yeah, and then the last thing that I think was just, Jordan knows that I would like to think that Jordan knows that you should not have to give people money. So what does Jordan do? Once again, oh no, not that one, it's this one. To try and sell the whole idea that he is a reformed member of DSP's community. Although he acknowledges that he, gives money to people, what does he do? He gives $25 as a tip, or whatever that fucking symbol is, to Duty streams. And basically it says, notice how quickly he switches up lying about how little I donated, and how duty was one, yada yada yada. I don't fucking care. It's basically he is trying to just continue to sow. He's trying to continue to sow that the deception, basically. I'm going to give a known critic money because I'm free from the grip that Phil had on me. When in reality, it is like it's like a chess game. The downside is I can see 3 moves ahead of where Phil is. Phil thinks that by doing this, he's going to get some sort of like a spy, like a sleeper agent. Sleeper agent. That's what I'm thinking of. It's a sleeper agent. He's wanting a sleeper agent among the detractors that can walk around and get all the juicy details. Because we all know Philbert, he never goes to Reddit, he never goes to 4chan or whatever. He never does any of that. But so he needs a sleeper agent that he can call home every now and then, and the sleeper agent be like, yeah, I was in the super secret meeting with Duty, and they were talking about how they're going to be doing this stuff. And then Philbert's like writing it all down and everything. Okay, keep that's good work. Now keep going out there. But there's just this one problem. Yeah, well, what's that? You see, there's this guy. He's a real asshole. His name is GCurse. He's not falling for it. I try to be nice, and I try to tell him that I'm trying to break the habit. But this GCurse guy, he just doesn't fucking fall for it. He sees right through me. Okay, well, leave him alone. Don't fucking deal with him. Deal with the other people, because that GCurse guy, he sounds like he's pretty much he may be onto the game. So don't say anything to him. Butter up these other guys. Okay, but yeah, so that's just basically my thoughts. I do not feel that this guy. Here it is. Wait, hold on. There you go. I do not feel that this guy is as legitimate as he claims. I'm sorry. Call me an asshole. I'm used to it. But when I see a plant, or I know a plant when I see a plant, I know a rat when I see a rat. And that guy, I feel he is a plant. Okay, but that is about it. As always, if you like what you watch, you know what to do. Hit that button, hit the bell, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.